Set to host President Emmerson Mnangagwa of Zimbabwe for the fourth session of the South Africa-Zimbabwe Binational Commission in the country's capital, Pretoria. The Binational Commission serves as the central mechanism for managing and advancing the strategic partnership between South Africa and Zimbabwe. Channel Africa's reporter Michael Mbewe is on the story, and he now joins us on the line. Michael, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Good afternoon, Lulu, and to our listeners in the continent of Africa and beyond, Lulu.
Now, Michael, talk to us about this binational commission and what the expectation is going forward.
Yes, indeed. This by commission, we just came out of the ministerial meeting, which paves way for the leaders tomorrow when they are meeting to discuss a different range of issues pertaining from development, but also the issue of migration has also been part of and parcel of the discussions between Zimbabwe and South Africa. So a lot of things that we are looking forward to tomorrow. But just to highlight one of the issues that Ronald Lamola spoke about is he spoke about saying that today our countries face a new set of development challenges, meaning that our people will expect the governments to create the conditions for inclusive economic growth, decent employment, and improved livelihoods. So looking forward to tomorrow as the leaders will be meeting, and the ministers today, they just really received a report from the council that met on Tuesday before the minister today, and then tomorrow is the main day, Lulu.
Now, Michael, to date, more than 33 agreements and memorandum of understanding have been concluded between the two countries across various areas of cooperation. Is there any indication as to how many are likely to be signed during this commission?
Yes, just to confirm with you, we spoke to Minister Ronald Lamola, who affirmed or confirmed to us that tomorrow there will be about 4 more bilateral agreements or MOUs that will be signed between President Cyril Ramaphosa and his counterpart Emmerson Mnangagwa. Lulu.
And with regards to just other issues that were tabled, the issue of migration is a big challenge across not only the SADC region, but the African continent. What was the main sticking points and what sort of solutions are being brought to the fore?
Yes, indeed. And openly, you would really appreciate the openness of the Zimbabwean Minister of Foreign Affairs, Eamon Murwira, who said that, yes, they understand the issue, but there is no difference between Zimbabwe and South Africa. They are only divided by the river Limpopo. But in a nutshell, he spoke about resolving this issue together, but also Minister Lamola emphasizing that they have discussed this issue even at the SADC Summit of Leaders that just concluded last week. So we are looking forward to what are the plans on the table, so that there shouldn't be any pointing of fingers between Zimbabwe and South Africa. So Minister Lamola emphasizing that cooperation between the two countries will be key on this issue of migration. So we think, I'm just hoping that this issue of migration will be one of those issues that will be signed or an MOU that will be signed tomorrow on how these two countries can work together, more especially on the border post of Libombo of Beitbridge, where the two countries are working together to do what you call the joint border post, where both countries will be working to see how they can ease the movement of people, goods and services, and also improve infrastructure at the border areas between Zimbabwe and South Africa. As we know, the Beitbridge border post, Lulu, is one of the biggest land border in Africa, which takes a lot of people from Zambia, from DRC and Tanzania, use the same border, even Malawi, to come to South Africa. So very key and very strategic. So we'll see the outcomes of the discussions between the two leaders, Emmerson Mnangagwa and Cyril Ramaphosa of South Africa, tomorrow, Lulu.
Well, Michael, always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us on Africa Update.
Much pleasure. Thank you so much, Lulu.
It's our reporter Michael Mbewe joining us on the line. It is 12:55 Central African time, and we're coming to you live from Johannesburg in South Africa. The annual inflation rate for food and non-alcoholic beverages in South Africa dropped to 0.9% in July 2026, which is the lowest level in over 16 years, rather than 7%. According to Stats SA, monthly increase in the consumer price index was 0.2%, with the slowdown attributed to three main factors: softer inflation for food and non-alcoholic beverages, lower municipal tariff increases, and a decline in fuel price. Tutongobeni has more.
South Africa's food and non-alcoholic